Hi, this is April from Little Bird Learning. Thank you for watching this video. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to multiply two fractions using the area model. So we're going to start with the fraction 2/3. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a grid. As well, use black for my grid. And I'm going to use this tool here so I can draw a nice, neat square. But you know what? I don't want that square filled in. So, I'm just going to use my marker to draw it. Okay, so here I have my area model. Now, to show the fraction 2/3, I am going to partition or section out my area model into thirds. So I'm going to have 3 vertical sections, and then to show my numerator 2, I'm going to be shading in 2 of those sections. So I'm going to use my watercolor tool here just to make it pretty, and I'm going to use yellow, and I'm going to shade in, I'm going to thicken that up a little bit, 2 whole sections. Not so neatly necessarily, but just to give you an idea of what that should look like. Now I'm going to go back to black because now I'm going to partition my area model again, but this time I'm going to partition it into 4 sections so that I can show my fraction 1/4. So I'm going to create 4 sections, this time horizontally. Ooh, that wasn't so neat. Good thing there's a nice easy undo tool. Now I'm going to use my watercolor again to shade in, this time one section going across. Okay. So you can see here, this section shows my overlap. I have 2 sections overlapping. And now I'm going to count how many sections I have all together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So when I multiply 2/3 times 1/4 using my area model, I find 2/12. Okay, so we're going to try this again. This time I'm going to multiply 2/5 times 1/3, again using the area model. So I'm going to create first my square grid. And this time I'm going to create 5 vertical columns to show the fraction 2/5. Now creating 5 columns is a little challenging because it's a little hard to cut those kind of evenly and neatly. So I would even say to my students, don't expect perfection. Now I'm going to switch to my watercolor tool so I can shade in 2 of my sections so that I can show the fraction 2/5. If I were doing this in the classroom, I would use a highlighter because it does a really nice job of showing the overlap very cleanly and neatly. All right, so switching back to my marker tool, I'm now ready to partition horizontally. So I'm going to create 3 rows this time so I can show the fraction 1/3. So here I am creating my 3 rows. You can hear my dog playing with her toy in the background. So now I have my 3 rows. I'm going to switch back to my watercolor tool so I can shade in 1 row to show the fraction 1/3. Now a key here, I think, is that your students really do have to have an understanding of the difference between rows and columns, so it may be helpful to add a visual to support that on the board. all sorts of animal sounds in the background. You could hear my cat just a moment ago as well. All right, so now, when I'm looking for my numerator in my product, I can see here what I have overlapping. I have 1, 2 sections of my grid overlapping, and then my denominator shows me how many sections I have all together, which I could count individually or I could use multiplication to show. I know I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going across and 1, 2, 3 going down. I know that 5 times 3 is 15. After I've done 2 problems like this, generally my students are able to see the pattern and are able to see that you can also use multiplication to solve this problem. I hope that helped answer some of your questions. Happy teaching!